Hi, guys. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Evolving You, where we encourage you to embrace your next ram. I'm Danielle.
I'm Cardell.
And look at our backgrounds. Can we just stop and hype us up? Sometimes you got to hype yourself up. Like, it's a we did it, y'all. We did it. We did it, gotta. You're right. Call me that. Because I need to, you on 10. Come down to like a 4, maybe a 3.
3, maybe a 2.
Ooh, a 2, that's too low. Okay, now that I got myself together, Cardell is definitely a hater. As I was saying, every other week we bring you marketing tips one week, and then the following 2 weeks we try to give you something inspirational. As you can see, we have the transition behind Cardell. That's the marketing side. But with the transition, we also want to help you evolve and go to that next round. We want you to embrace your next round. So this week, guys, we're talking about the importance of a cleanse. Now, the history behind this topic that Elder, Deacon, Bishop Davis over here thought of. But I'm for it. I love God. So I was like, yeah, let's talk about it. The history behind this is our pastor in Chattanooga. I guess he's still my pastor. Ooh, don't let him see that. But in Chattanooga, I say that because I'm in California and what church am I a member of? I go to so many Jesus. But Pastor Taylor, and you know, I don't endorse everybody now, but Pastor Taylor, he called for a church fast, and he said, I want you to fast for 3 weeks. No meat, no sweets, no bread. It was a real cleanse. My God, my God. I love ice cream. Let me just say that. If I had to pick my weakness, it is definitely ice cream. And for me to give that up for 3 weeks, it was a struggle. It was definitely a struggle, but we made it through. And I'm saying that to say that we want to talk about how that cleanse really helped us grow as business leaders, as entrepreneurs, and even in our everyday lives. And I guess I'll start off. For me, it was more so, I knew I was going into the fast thinking, okay, Lord, I know I need to better my relationships. But outside looking in, I'm thinking, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm thinking, okay, as I better my relationships, I need to figure out what other people are doing. But here's the thing, it wasn't the other people. I had to figure me out. That's what I learned. I had to figure me out. And in doing that, it really helped me. And I was telling Cardell this. I was reading so many books during that time of cleansing, because it was really, Danielle, God was telling me, Danielle, turn off the TV and I need you to seek my face. I need you to get in the Bible. I need you to gain wisdom. How do you gain wisdom? And not all the time, you can't gain it all the time through TV. You have to turn the TV off because it can feed negativity into your mind. So you have to kind of feed your mind with what you want to receive. It was almost like I was fasting from food, but I was picking up my meals in knowledge and wisdom. That's deep. That's deep. We just gonna leave that. That's deep. Like, I'm giving up something that my flesh wants for something that my mind needed, because it taught me so much about relationships in general. I read Michael Todd's book, Relationship Goals. That's not just about relationship between a man and a woman. It's not just about boyfriend, girlfriend. It helped me with all of my relationships because it opens your mind to something greater than yourself. It helps you stop and say, what am I doing? Before I go into this business relationship, what am I doing? What am I bringing to the table? And with every relationship, this is what Michael Todd talked about. With every relationship, you can't come in 50-50. You have to come in 100-100. So for me, that cleanse was, how do I come into the transition 100? And how am I really helping Cardell in this? Because it's not, although the contract says 50-50, That's not 50-50 at all. It's 100-100. If he's not giving 100 and if I'm not giving 100, you will definitely be able to tell, and then the customer will be able to tell. And that's not what we want. So Bishop Davis here, how did the cleanse, I guess, what did it really say to you? Because I don't know if we ever really talked about what you were fasting for.
No, we really didn't. But from the fast, it really made me realize a lot of things that we think we need so much, but you really can survive on other things. It was one of my key words that I always use in this podcast. It changed my perspective because I ate no meats. I basically went on a full-blown vegan diet. I ate only beans, only vegan foods. I ate no sour cream. I drink no milk. I did nothing but just sticking to the vegan diet.
You made your own cheese.
Yeah.
Tell the people
I
went real.
I did a bunch because I was really seeking something from it. And in the midst of it, if you know that you're seeking something, you have to sometimes go the extra mile. And that's what sometimes a cleanse does. So it really does open up my mindset that you can change. I'm sorry, Jesus really for to do something in this podcast. I hope y'all be prepared, because it prepared my mindset to say, you may have been used to eating like this, but now I'm getting ready to change the way that you taste. I'm getting ready to change the way that you move, because it's the fact of working a 9-to-5 was my regular meal, but I was able to still survive on an entrepreneur mindset. So it's just like changing the way that my appetite is given. That's what a cleanse does, because I'm taking all the stuff that I think I need, and now I'm adding in stuff that I know that I need. Because it's like all it basically was vegetables. Your body needs vegetables. Your body needs water. It needs all these different things. So it truly let me know in those 3 weeks that sometimes it just takes you pulling yourself out of that one place to see that I can survive in another place. And even going to the prayer for a whole entire week, sometimes you got to shut everybody out and just focus on what God is trying to say to you. Just focus on what your mind is telling you that week. Because sometimes when you have so many different people, so many different conversations, so many different things around you, it's not going to feed you. Because you have to be truly disciplined in the midst of it all. Because that's what hit me too, that in the midst of this, okay, I done changed the way that I'm acting. And so now I'm moving into the way that I am in my prayer life. Because we have prayer in the morning, and I was on the prayer in the morning at 7. I think it was at 7. I was on the prayer at 7, and then I was at prayer at 7:00 afternoon. And I did drive to church. It wasn't just sitting at home on the phone. I was in the building every day. It was prayer for 7 days, morning and evening. I was there, and it was a commitment. So sometimes we have to realize that we have to wash certain stuff out of our life just to see that I can survive, even though I was in the midst of that.
That's so true. And I feel like the key word you just said, commitment. A cleanse take commitment. It takes commitment. And no matter what you're cleansing yourself from, if you're cleansing yourself from a habit of drugs or smoking or drinking, whatever you're cleansing yourself from, it takes commitment. You're cleansing yourself from junk food. You're cleansing yourself from ice cream. I'm talking to myself now. You're cleansing yourself from unhealthy eating habits. It takes commitment. If you're cleansing yourself from watching TV or spending too much time gossiping, it takes commitment, because then you have to intentionally stop doing that and start intentionally feeding your mind and feeding your spirit with something that is healthier. Like, for example, if I want to lose weight, I know I have to intentionally stop eating ice cream and chips, and then intentionally start working out more and eating healthier. Because with a cleanse, it comes with intention and commitment. You can't say, oh, I want to go on a cleanse, or oh, I'm about to fast, and you not be committed. You can start for a day and you be strong that day, but then if you get weak the second day, then what was the point of your day cleanse? Because I feel like You didn't get what you were wanting to get from it. Can you fast for a day? Yes, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you want a complete change, you really want your spirit to change, you want to see a shift, and you want to evolve to the next realm. See what I did there? You have to be committed to the shift. You have to be committed to the change. Going to the next realm is not going to be easy. Going to the next realm spiritually is not going to be easy. You have to commit to reading your Bible more, commit to spending more time with God, commit to praying more. You can't pray those simple, Lord bless this burger, as this book I was reading, it was Dangerous Prayers. You can't pray those simple prayers anymore. You have to really seek God for his wisdom and ask him, Lord, what do you want me to pray? What do you want me to say? Like, what should I be praying for? It's just being vulnerable enough to say, Lord, I need your help in this situation. I don't know it all. I need you to show me. I need you to lead me. I need you to guide me. That is really what I feel like that cleanse was for personally. It was me going to God saying, Lord, I just need you to show me, how do I build relationships? How do I build in just communication with everybody? Because when you manage people and then when you're managing the business, it's hard because you have so many different personalities. So I really needed God to show me, how was I going to manage my current situation? I know that I wasn't going to fail. Like, I know that I will never fail. I always win because I know who's on my side. But at that moment, it was like almost like what do you call it? Like an overbearingness of just all of these issues with everybody else coming at me. And I'm like, Lord, I'm always praying for everybody else. Who's praying for me? What am I doing? How do we get me together? Because I'm getting so bogged down with everybody saying, Danielle, can you pray for this? Can you do this? But I really wasn't there spiritually to be there for them spiritually. Like, can I get a prayer through? Yes. But I don't feel like I was my full self. And then that's when I know, when I feel like I am not connected with God, I just feel bad. It's almost like when you eat that good meal on Thanksgiving, you just feel sluggish. That's how it felt for me. When I cannot get that connection that I know that I have had with him before, that connection that I know exists, when that was like spotty and it was staticky, and I'm like, Lord, I can't get a signal for real. I hear you, I feel you, but it's not strong like it. The fire is not as lit as it was before. The fire is like this, and Lord, we used to have flames. We were out here grilling, cooking with gas. But I'm like, Lord, we got this little candle going on. How do we expand that? How do I get back to where I was? Also, how did I get so far away from where I was? And that's why I felt like that cleanse was so important. And any cleanse is necessary because, oh, that's good, Jesus. Sorry, the Lord is talking. The cleanse was a reset. That's what it was. That's what a cleanse is. It's a reset. It's you don't have it all the way together. Take a moment, stop. What do we need to do? Let's reset. How do you reset something? You got to push that button on the back, hold it down for 3 seconds, and then wait patiently for it to boot back up. That's what that cleanse was for me. It was, I had to step away, go to God, hold that button down for a second. It took a minute. It took a while. We had to hold it down, let it go. And in the middle of the cleanse, God was rebooting. He was resetting. He was taking some stuff out that shouldn't have been there, taking some thoughts out, taking some triggers away. He was really opening some doors, moving the blockage out of my way. And that's why I feel that cleanse was a transforming thing for my 2021.
Yeah, because you said a key factor. I mean, a lot of people think that a cleanse just has to come because, like, you're doing something in the church or whatever the case might be. A cleanse can come at any moment in any time in your life. Like Danielle said, when do I need to be reset? That needs to be the question you ask yourself. Am I doing everything that I need to do right now, or do I just need to be reset? because when she was talking about that, like her gas burner had went down to a little flame when it was a big flame. All that meant was is that the gas is either low or it's something in the pipe that just needs to be cleaned out because it's all this mess, all this stuff that you're going through. And it may not even be like somebody is talking about you. It may not be somebody's bothering you, but it's just the point of being overwhelmed, overcommitted, just having to deal with so much on your plate, just having so many things around you in your circle that sometimes you have to pull those things out of your circle just so you can actually focus, just so you can have that clarity. Because a lot of times we're so used to just letting so much stuff weigh on us because we don't want to talk about our problems. And sometimes the cleanse don't even have to come from you just stopping eating. It's just you just taking stuff out of your life for a moment to say, hey, does this really add a purpose to me? Does this really do something for me? Because it's like we just let so much bog us down. And we just let so much bog us down because we are fit for survival. We know that we can survive anything. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a Black male, but I have to be, as a Black male, I know I have to survive. Because every single day I leave the house, I don't know if I'm gonna make it back or not. But that's not a worry that I have. But I'm just saying for other Black men, that is a question that they have in their mindset. So how can I survive every single day? But if you start working out some key factors of, okay, where you're not worrying about that, you're just going to say, I'm just going to be the best person that I can be today. And you just being the best person that you can be that day is going to help you evolve yourself, move that mess out of your life. If you know that you're doing things that you have no business doing, or even if you are just doing your own thing, you are always going to have to realize, where am I at? Where do I need to move some stuff out of my life? And how do I continue to move forward to where I need to be? Because like that's what I'm dealing with right now in my personal life. I have a lot of commitments in a lot of different places. But now I'm having to sit down and see, where do I need to clean up some stuff? Where can I say, okay, I would love to do this, but I can't do this? Where can I say, okay, this is a good opportunity, but it's not a good opportunity? Because you have to look at it as, just because something is making you money may not be the best thing for you, because all money ain't good money. And I know it sounds crazy, but all money is not good money, because you got to don't always look at the dollar sign, but look at the time and the commitment that you're putting into it. Because you can wake up every single day doing 20 different things, but at the end of the day, how much time have you spent just focusing on you? When have you said, let me just sit down and breathe? If you don't know when, that's dangerous. You need to clean out all that stuff. You need to clean out everything that you hold on to, because now you're fully overwhelmed and now you don't know how to think. Your clarity is gone. You're stressed out. Anybody say anything to you, you ready to bless them out. You ready to be like, why are you talking to me? You're going to move to a whole unbothered stage. Let me stop talking about myself, because I mean, that's where I am right now. But I'm just saying, like, these are things that I'm having to realize. You need to clean some stuff up, clean yourself out, clean some people up. You got to move some stuff away. It's like, it's growing pains. I was talking to somebody today and they was telling me, like, it's growing pains. You have to, like, it's just a season where you got to realize, I don't need this no more. Like, sometimes we carry baggage from years on top of years. Just think about it being about to be springtime. It's spring cleaning. It's time for you to clean out stuff that's in your mental capacity from your past, everything, and truly forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, forgive that person, do everything that you need to do that is possible for you to move on. A bad business deal, let it go. If you got a family member that did something wrong to you, let it go. You need to start letting go in 2021. We lost so much in 2020 that in 2021, I don't want to keep carrying the mess that I dealt with in 2020. Because now I'm in a new year. I'm starting fresh. I got a new mindset. I got a new attitude. I have a new everything. So if you start operating in newness, you don't have to worry about the old stuff. because now my new stuff is outweighing my old stuff. So when you start realizing that and your perspective has changed, then now I can go ahead and stop worrying about what Billy Bob said about me. I don't have to worry about what Sally Sue said about me, because I'm operating in so much newness that it doesn't even matter what you say, because it don't faze me. Because I'm so clean on the inside and on the outside that it don't even matter to me, because we just talking about nothing. As the song said, I'm gonna put a good throwback out there for the people. You're talking out the side of your neck. Oh. Oh, it don't even matter to me, because you just clearly talking out the side of your neck, talking about nothing. But when you reach that level of, I'm just gonna do what's best for me, clean all that old mess out, and push forward, because that's all you got to do in this season.
That's all you have to do. And you know what? I was thinking about something as you were talking. We talk a lot about self-care, but we take self-care to mean, oh, I'm just going to go and do a spa day by myself. I'm going to take myself out to dinner. But self-care is really taking a moment and evaluating your spirit. You can do all the self-care you want for your flesh, do all the self-care you want for your body, but self-care, throw your spirit in there. Sometimes your spirit needs some self-care. Ask yourself, when was the last time I did self-care for my spirit? Or was I only thinking about the flesh because that's what Instagram told me to do? Instagram gave me this idea. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do a spa day here, or I'm going to take this day just for myself. Take a moment and say, am I caring about my spirit? Like, before I go do this, when was the last time I just took a moment and just started meditating? Just taking a moment to woosah and breathe some things out. Because really what I learned is, Daniel, before you get triggered, just breathe it out. People talk about me because I'm like, I may be mad, my face may show it, but I'm breathing it out. I'm breathing it out, because that's something that I learned. It's self-care is more than me just doing things for my flesh. It's about my spirit as well. So as we go forward and think about what is a cleanse, think about how you cleansing your body, how are you cleansing your spirit, how are you cleansing your mind. Like, so much get in our minds, especially with 2020, as you said. There is so much that could really cause you to lose your mind. Being quarantined, it could cause you to lose your mind. Ask me how I know. Being just stuck in the house by yourself, it could cause you to lose your mind. But you have to take a moment and say, that's not going to be me. I'm not going to start tripping. Like, I have to feed my mind, I have to feed my spirit, have to feed my inner self and not just care about my outer self. So I'm glad you brought that up. One question I have for you though, when do you remember like the first time when you did like a real fast?
Yes. I mean, I've done fasts all these years, but it was more of back in the day when I would do a fast as a child, it was because the church was doing one as a whole. But it wasn't because I wanted to do it. It's because my mama, my grandmama, like, we all on this fast because you're not going to get a good meal, and I'm not getting a good meal. So it's like you're built up on the habit. But I feel like this last fast that we had was a true fast for me, because I truly gave up everything, because it was the Daniel fast. So it's like I gave up sweets. I gave up everything. I said, Lord, I don't want it. I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to do it. And I stuck with it. So I feel like now, and it's even like being 25 or so, 26 years old, even within the last year or so, I never took any other fast serious but this one, because it was just something about it that God said, during this time, I need you to focus. I need you to hear from what I needed you to hear from me. Because like sometimes we don't think about taking the time for him. And then when it was forced upon me and my spirit agreed with, yes, you need that spiritual cleanse. You need that physical cleanse. So when everything, because you got to think, like Danielle said, I'm glad she said that, it's three parts to what you need to be cleansed at all points in time. And if two of them are off, everything is going to be off. She said your mind, your spirit, and your body. If one of them are off, everything is going to slowly start trickling down. So you got to really stay focused on those things. So it's just like that fast, it was a whole mental thing. Because first off, I'm not eating what I want to eat. And then it was, we had to fast for a certain amount of time. And then once we came off the fast, we can only eat the vegan type food. So it was like a double, triple fast in the midst of fasting. It was a lot going on.
It was so much. It was so much. That was commitment. Oh, it was commitment.
It was commitment because I would not eat from 7 until 7. So I'm literally gone 12 hours without eating. And then without the 12 hours without eating, I wouldn't eat nothing but just fruits and vegetables and beans and different things of that nature. So it was truly a commitment moment. And to do it for not just, because, you know, most time a fast is like, they say, let's do a 3-day fast. You're like, okay, I could do 3 days. But I did a whole 21-day fast without eating no meat, just straight vegan, straight just fasting from 7 to 7, the whole thing. So it's like just, I felt like that was the first real fast that I really was truly committed on because I was seeking something different to happen in my life.
Come on here, Elder. The seek was different. That's why I asked you when was your first fast, because I can agree with you. The seek was different. And when the seek is different, write this down because you're getting some good information here, guys. When the seek is different, then your fast is different. Your cleanse is different because you know I need to get something out of this. I can't just do this because everybody else is doing this. I'm not just doing this to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not just doing this because my pastor said do it or my friend said do it or I saw a fast online. The seek is different. People who want to lose weight, the seek is different. You don't just fast because you saw this diet on Instagram or you saw someone go on TV and say, I did this diet and lost this much weight. Because we watch those all day and still got quarantine pounds on us. But when you for real are serious, the seek is different. You make it a point to get to the gym. You make it a point to eat healthier. The seek, that a preach right there is different. It hits differently. And that's what I agree with you. I feel like this fast that we did, it hit differently. Because we knew, well, I'll say I knew, because maybe I'm a little hyped. People say my faith is a little risky. I knew that if God brought me through 2020 and opened so many doors in 2020 for me, doors open for me that closed for other people before the pandemic. Doors open for me that closed for other people when we didn't have a sickness. So I said to myself, if God brought me through 2020, why in the world would I not aim for the stars? Why would I not aim for my next realm? Because it's a cliche, but it's only up from here. When you know God's track record, it's only up from here because I know what he can do. Why? Because I've seen him do it. Like I've seen him just do some crazy stuff. It don't make sense. But when you know God's track record, I'll get excited. Your seek becomes different. Your prayers are different because you're not praying for simple things. When you know that God can literally move a mountain for you, I said this before, you are no longer praying for stones to get out of your way. You're no longer praying to cross a puddle. When you know that you can walk on the ocean, why am I praying to cross a puddle? Let that soak in. Let's let it simmer right there. Because I just feel like that's what a lot of people, even if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, you're really just trying to grow spiritually in God. Take a moment and write down, what do you really want from God? What do you really want in your business? What do you want in your next level? Where do you see yourself on your next ramp? Write that down and then figure out, what do I need to do to get there? Because a lot of times when we write down these lists and we like to equate our list with money, a lot of times you don't need money. You just need to calm down. Calm down. That's one. Step one, calm down. Step two, how can I realistically get to this? If I don't have the money, how do I realistically get to this level? Okay, God, we don't have the money. We rolling with you. You got it. And that sounds crazy, but the brand Just Faith It, I say it all the time, is more than a shirt, is more than a phrase, it's really a lifestyle. You have to understand, you have to just faith it sometimes. And I know that's easier said than done when you really need something done. I know it, I get it, I really get it. But you have to understand, and I posted this on my Instagram page, you have to understand that, wait, let me find the quote because I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to mess this quote up. So let me get it right here. I posted this quote, your blessing goes to the extent of your faith. Whatever you believe you can do it. Whatever you want, you can have it, but you have to put your faith in it. And when you put your faith in it, then your seek becomes different because you know what you're seeking, you know what you want. You're not gonna go to a restaurant and get chicken tenders when you want a steak. Your goals become differently. Like I'm going here, I'm getting a steak. I'm not leaving until I get what I came for. Let me stop because I'm getting excited. I'm getting too hyped. I'm getting too
But this good teaching because you have to understand that a lot of times you have to, in the midst of a cleanse, because I just had it pop up in my head. It's just like you're driving. You know that your windows are foggy. You know that it's dirt on the window. But so you're squinting your eyes trying to see, you're trying to go, you're trying to do all these different things. But as soon as that glass gets clean, it feels like you're in a whole new world. So just think about how many things in your life just have a dirty window, just has a dirty glass. And then literally all it took for you to see something differently was just for you to spray something and wipe it clean. So you got to start thinking about what in my life just needs to be wiped clean. And it's just like, it doesn't matter what it was, how big it is, how small it is, just start evaluating what needs to be wiped, what needs to be changed. Because like Daniel was saying, once you change your seek, you're going to be able to see so many things, even things that you cannot see physically. Just faith it was predicated on that. I can't see it, but I'm just going to faith it, because just because you don't see it with your physical eye, you have to see it with your spiritual eye. And once you see it with your spiritual eye, then you're able to see it with your physical eye. Let me say that one more time, but that was good teaching. That was good teaching.
Rewind.
It takes you to see it in your spiritual eye for you to literally see it in your physical eye, because that goes back and that tells me I see it in my spirit. I know that is mine. I may not see it right now, but I see you in the future and I see you sitting in where you want to be. That's good.
Come on here, minister. Minister. Sir. You know what? First of all, you need to calm down, because what's going to happen is Pastor Taylor will see this. He's going to call you up and say, hey, you were talking real good on that podcast, but you quiet in church. Oh, I got to send this to him.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but still at the end of the day, I don't care what is going on in your life. You have to change your perspective. That's my key thing. I want everybody that watches this podcast. Change your perspective. Clean up all the old stuff if you want some new things. If you are still operating in dirty stuff, or you're still operating in stuff that holds you back, if you're still operating in things that you just don't understand no more, you have to clean yourself. If that's cutting off people, if that's changing the way that you eat, if that's changing anything that is detrimental to your life and to your success, you have to cut it off. Because this is not the season nor the time for you to be playing games. Because I tell all my friends, this is the season to do whatever that you want to do. There's no more excuses of, oh, I can't do this because of that, or whatever the case might be. This is the time to work, to grind, and to make this the best year of your life. And if you want to sit in your mess, sit in your mess. That's on you. I can only lead you to the water. I can't make you drink.
Teach the people. Teach the people. I think right there, that's a perfect way to end this. We're going to lead you to the water. We can't make you drink. We can lead you toward the path of embracing your next ram. We can't make you lead. There's a leap you have to do. We thank you all for watching this podcast or listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor FM, Pocket Podcasts. There's just so many just avenues out there. I mean, we are on WordPress, transitioningyou.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Digitally Evolving. Please help us out on Instagram. Share our page. We are almost to a milestone. We need your help. This is me. This is me just really genuinely asking. Share this podcast with someone who needs some encouragement, who needs to get that push to see, how do I get to the next round? Why am I stuck? Somebody may be spiritually stuck and you need a cleanse to unblock some stuff. That's a message. That's a message. We thank you all for listening and watching. And until next time, whoa, get my words together. Don't forget to embrace your next round. Bye, guys.